I feel like I owe everybody an apology.
Roman Reigns quits WWE after Paul Heyman's betrayal, the end of an era. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. In a move that has left the WWE Universe completely stunned, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, has officially quit WWE. This earth-shattering decision comes just days after one of the most heartbreaking betrayals in wrestling history. Paul Heyman, Reigns' trusted advisor for over 4 years, turned his back on him and aligned with Solo Sikoa. The empire Roman built brick by brick is now collapsing. This is more than just a storyline. This is the end of an era. So how did we get here? What does it mean for WWE's future? And what's next for the most dominant force of the modern generation? Let's break it all down right now. The fall of the tribal chief. For nearly 4 years, Roman Reigns ruled WWE with an iron fist. From SummerSlam 2020 to WrestleMania 40, he was the undisputed Universal Champion. He didn't just hold the title. He embodied dominance, control, and legacy. But all dynasties fall. At WrestleMania 40, the unthinkable happened. Roman Reigns lost. The bloodline fractured. Jimmy Uso was betrayed. Jey Uso was gone. And Roman? He walked out of Philadelphia without his crown. He returned after a brief absence, but he wasn't the same. There was no fire, no aura, and most importantly, no control. The cracks began to show. Solo Sikoa became more aggressive. Paul Heyman became more elusive. And Roman? He became increasingly paranoid. And then, he disappeared. Roman Reigns was noticeably absent after WrestleMania 41. Rumors swirled. Injury? Suspension? Creative hiatus? But now we know, Roman Reigns was being pushed out by the very people he trusted most. Paul Heyman's betrayal. For years, Paul Heyman was more than a manager to Roman Reigns. He was a wise man, a strategist, a mouthpiece, a family confidant. Together, they created one of the greatest modern dynasties in wrestling history. Heyman guided Reigns through title defenses, internal bloodline drama, and even orchestrated the ousting of Brock Lesnar. But something changed in 2024. As Roman grew weaker, Heyman's loyalty began to drift. He started spending more time with Solo Sikoa, the quiet enforcer who had transformed into a cold-hearted leader. And then it happened. On the April 29th episode of Raw, Roman Reigns made a surprise return to confront Solo Sikoa, who had been attacking superstars and calling himself the new tribal chief. Roman didn't attack. He didn't yell. He simply stood across from Solo and demanded one thing. Tell them you're not me. The lights flickered. Solo stepped back, and Paul Heyman struck. A low blow. The crowd gasped. Roman fell to his knees. And in that moment, everything changed. Solo hit the Samoan spike, followed by a thunderous powerbomb onto the steel steps. And Paul Heyman knelt beside Roman's broken body and whispered, "You're not the head of the table anymore. Solo is." The betrayal was complete. The WWE locker room reacts. The WWE locker room was rocked by the betrayal. Roman Reigns, a man both feared and respected, had been cast aside by his own family and his trusted advisor. Backstage reports say the atmosphere was chilled. Even superstars like Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, no fans of Reigns, reportedly felt a sense of unease. Here are just some of the reactions. Sami Zayn tweeted, "You never see it coming, even when you've seen it all before. Stay strong, Yus." Jey Uso posted on Instagram, "He didn't deserve that. Nobody did." Cody Rhodes, the man who defeated Roman at WrestleMania 40, commented, "History remembers champions. But betrayal, that scars forever." And perhaps most haunting, a backstage clip leaked showing Roman Reigns silently sitting in the locker room with tears in his eyes, holding his vest. The man who carried WWE through a pandemic was done. Roman Reigns quits WWE. On May 6th, WWE released a breaking statement on all social media platforms. Effective immediately, Roman Reigns has officially stepped away from WWE competition. We thank him for his contributions and wish him the best in his future endeavors. The WWE Universe went into meltdown. At first, many thought it was a storyline. But then multiple sources confirmed Roman Reigns has legitimately quit WWE, at least for the foreseeable future. Insiders say Reigns felt blindsided by creative decisions and emotionally betrayed by the Solo Sikoa Paul Heyman alliance. Sources close to Roman revealed that he personally requested time off, and not just for recovery, but to walk away from the spotlight. This wasn't just the end of a title reign. This was the end of Roman Reigns in WWE, for now. The impact on WWE. Roman Reigns quitting WWE sends shockwaves across every brand. SmackDown is now without its cornerstone. Raw is without a major antagonist. And the entire Bloodline storyline, one of the most compelling arcs in modern wrestling, is left in chaos. But the void left behind also opens doors. Solo Sikoa now stands as the new dominant figure on SmackDown, with Paul Heyman shaping the future from the shadows. New rivalries are being teased. LA Knight, AJ Styles, even a potential feud with Gunther, if he returns. But none of these names carry the presence Roman Reigns did. Merchandise sales have already taken a hit. Ticket pre-orders for upcoming SmackDown events dropped within 48 hours of the announcement. Roman's absence isn't just storyline drama. It's business. WWE now finds itself forced to evolve again. Paul Heyman speaks. On the following SmackDown, Paul Heyman came to the ring, smug, confident, flanked by Solo Sikoa. He cut a promo that silenced the crowd. I didn't betray Roman Reigns. I saved the future. Roman got weak. He started caring about what people thought. About family. About legacy. That's not what makes a tribal chief. That's what makes a liability. Solo doesn't ask. He takes. He doesn't negotiate. He dominates. I didn't betray Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns betrayed what the Bloodline stood for. The promo sent chills down spines. It wasn't just a burial of Roman's character. It was a public execution of his legacy. What's next for Roman Reigns? So what's next for Roman Reigns? Sources say Roman is stepping away to focus on his family, health, and potential Hollywood projects. With successful roles in films and growing interest from streaming platforms, Roman could follow the path of The Rock and John Cena. But there's also buzz that this exit, as real as it feels, might be part of a long-term narrative. Some fans believe Roman's return will be biblical. Months from now, maybe even at WrestleMania 42. Imagine the pop when Roman's music hits, and he walks down that ramp to confront Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. Roman versus Solo. Tribal chief versus pretender. Family versus family. If WWE plays the long game, we may be watching the greatest comeback in history unfold before our eyes. Roman Reigns didn't just hold championships. He was the championship. He didn't just lead the Bloodline. He was the Bloodline. For nearly 4 years, he gave us everything. Pain, dominance, betrayal, drama. And now he walks away. But if there's one thing we know about Roman Reigns, it's that he always comes back when it matters the most. This may be the end of an era, but it's not the end of the story. Thank you, Roman. Until we meet again.